Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood After Dark for the 24th February 2022. This is the premiere late night movie talk show here on the internet. You can accept no substitutes, folks. Tonight we're going to be talking about Zack Snyder, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Was it real? Was it a dream? Is somebody living in a dream world and needs to wake the fuck up? We're going to be talking about that. David Zaslav finally comes out and says the quiet part out loud about the Warner Brothers Discovery merger and what to expect. And our homeboy Alf, he's returned from Melmac, but will it be an NFT? God, I fucking hope not. Let's dive into the show tonight, guys. Hollywood After Dark. Let's rock. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Sorry for a little bit of the technical hiccup in the beginning. I just forgot to add myself to the stream. That's usually what happens. I got through the whole intro, and then I'm like, wait a minute. None of you can hear me. But that's okay. I'm here now. You're here now. There's already 50 of you guys as we get this party started here on this Thursday night, finally getting towards the end of the month. I don't know about you. Oh, boy. I'm very happy that February is almost over. It's the shortest month of the year. It's my least favorite month of the year. But as soon as I'm done talking to you all fine folks this evening, I'll be retiring to my bedroom, putting on my headphones, turning on my 55-inch Samsung LED television, and playing some fucking Elden Ring. Hell yeah, Elden Ring, baby, because that is a game that's going to kick my ass and be punishing. You know, the perfect way to start to wind down the evening after putting on a show for you guys. You know, I have to head off to the bedroom and play a game that's punishing. In fact, Ashley was talking about that with my girlfriend today. She's like, yeah, you should just play a game to unwind after doing a show, after streaming, you know, just hang out and play a game. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. You know, this game called Elden Ring. It's designed to make you angry and destroy controllers. You're going to die constantly. And she's like, why the fuck would you want to play that? I'm like, glutton for punishment. I'm a YouTuber. This is how we pay. This is how we pay our penance, by playing Elden Ring. But hey, listen, I think probably the one thing I'm most interested in playing this game is I finally want to experience something that George R.R. Martin actually finished. So from there, at least we have some kind of justice, maybe, for the lack of Game of Thrones content from the man. But that being said, why don't we get into tonight's show? Of course, if you guys haven't already, check out Patio Commentary here on YouTube, youtube.com/Patio Commentary. I know I've been hyping it up for a while. I've probably pimped a couple different movies I want to talk about, but tonight, though, I have one. I just finished watching it before going live. It's why I'm a little bit late. And that, of course, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is just a temporary thumbnail. I hate it, but I needed something last minute, so I threw this together in 2 seconds so I could talk about this fucking movie. To give you guys, I'll go into the my full thoughts on it in Patio Commentary, but let me just say, this movie is getting a lot of hatred. It's getting a lot of shit. It's getting torn to pieces by the critics, torn to pieces by slasher fans on the internet. Is it a worthy follow-up to the original movie, to the early 1970s film? The answer to that is God, no. But is it something that is as terrible as people are making it out to be? I'm going to say no. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with the movie, even though I had a great deal of problems with a lot of the movie, in essence, to character stuff. I thought there's a lot of look. I'll be fair with you guys. I'll be honest with you guys. There's a lot of real dumb moments in this movie, a lot of dumb moments with characters, a lot of things like that. But ultimately, it's you know what? I had fun with it, is what I want to say. I had fun with it. I'll talk more about it. There's actually an interesting history to the movie from what I was reading of how it all kind of came together. And given its popularity on Netflix, I do think that there's probably going to be a sequel to this movie. But that being said, yeah, Music Man here says it's not that bad. Anthony here says it's not the worst of the franchise, but it's not the best. That is true. Michael K here says Matt is a masochist confirmed. No, I'm a glutton for punishment. There's a difference. Spherical Manor says Matt, it dragged in parts. It did drag in parts, but like when it was good, it was good. When it was good, it was good. Frost Family here says, so woke, it killed many brain cells. You know what, man? Here's the thing with that movie. You can argue that it was woke. You can make that argument. Fine. I'll grant you that if you want to say that. There's elements of that movie that have that vibe to it. But those are the people who are literally the cattle for Leatherface to kill. So, I mean, like, what the fuck do you want at the end of the day? What the fuck do you want? Like, the people that you hate, you don't want to see them live. Guess what? They don't. Isn't it kind of a win-win? Shouldn't you be out there championing this? And, oh, yes, fuck it. I gained so many brain cells. Big brain ideas were destroyed. Terrible, terrible leftist ideologies were taken out back and hit with the chainsaw, rusty old chainsaw blade, and a hammer, and an axe, and a lot of other weapons. All I'm saying is that I thought it was a good one. Anthony here says, I wish they did a sequel to the remake. I kind of thought this was going to be a sequel to the remake, if I'm being fair. That's what I thought this was at first, because the remake, they did actually, they use audio cues from the remake. Like, especially if you go back and you watch the trailer for the remake, you heard like the flash of the camera. They used that quite a bit in some scenes in the first quarter of the film. And I knew they did that to kind of like, I think as an audio cue to drag people, like to bring people into the moment and to make them think of the remake. However, I also feel like it was a little shoddy in its approach, but I picked up on it. But again, I thought it was stupid. Mladen here says there are some issues with the film, but I had a blast watching it. Yeah, pretty much. It was, there was one point though, I will fully admit without spoilers, where some person should have died. They did not die right away. And when that happened, I let out an audible chuckle, I was like, laughing. And then it was, but here's the thing. It advanced the plot. All right. I'll say that it advanced the plot enough to get to the end where the ending was basically, it felt just like the original in essence, in theory, although it was definitely not the original, right? This one didn't really have a lot of intensity because there was so much violence. Whereas the original, like, when Leatherface capped a motherfucker in the original, like, you felt it. You know what I mean? Like when he hits the guy in the head with the hammer and then he puts him on the hook and he's still twitching. Like that was fucking like visceral imagery back like the original movie. This movie just had shock and awe, but it was like Freddy versus Jason shock and awe, a little bit more realistic. And I had fun with it. I haven't sat down and watched a slasher in a while, and I can only think and only imagine how my friends at the drive-in, who were massive horror junkies, would have responded to this movie. I'm pretty sure they would have loved it, even if the plot was shit, which it kind of was. It was entertaining enough, but it was kind of shit. And so it's still, I really liked it. Also, yeah. I liked it, man. I liked it well enough. It was very stupid, but I liked it well enough, and I'm happy that it exists. And if we get more, we get more. And I think we're going to get more because this movie was definitely cheap to make. So of course, check it out. I'll probably get it up sometime this weekend. Patio commentary here on YouTube, for a full spoiler filled, like probably 30-40 minute discussion where I just kind of talk about my thoughts on it. Be a lot of fun. So also, if you guys haven't already, feel free to help support the channel via Patreon, patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. It's a great way to do it. There will be perks coming down the pipeline on this one. It would be probably preferable to do that than channel memberships, only because YouTube takes that 30%, which is unfortunate. Patreon doesn't do that. And it'd be nice to, get a little bit of love over on there. Just saying, patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. So, all right, why don't we take a look here at just what you guys have to say real quick, check in with you guys before we dive into the news of the night. I will fully admit I had trouble making this thumbnail because I wanted to put goat ears on Zack Snyder without it appearing like he was evil. And I don't necessarily think that worked out as well as I wanted it to. But that's okay. That's okay. So, just why not, right? It's a funny, stupid thumbnail that I threw together while I was watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that's how I roll, baby. That's how I do it. There we go on this one here. All right. You guys are talking about John Lariquete narrating. What did John Lariquete narrate? John Lariquete was the narrator in this movie and the original, like Night Court John Lariquete, or what? Like, I mean, I didn't hear that, so I'd have to pay attention to that again. Probably the movie itself, like the whole thing with like bringing back the original actress. It wasn't the original actress, but it was the original character. That was interesting, albeit a bit ham-fisted. But again, we'll dive into that one. Really? Okay. So wow, apparently it is John Lariquete. I'll need to go back and listen to that again to make sure that I have caught on to what John Lariquete has to say, because I do like me some John Lariquete. There's a movie that he was in back in the 80s, late 80s, with Bronson Pinchot, called Second Sight. It was a comedy where Bronson Pinchot was a psychic and John Lariquete was I believe he might have, I don't think he was a detective, but he might have been a private eye who used the psychic. And there was a whole bit there with a nun, right? Like the love interest was a nun who by the end of the movie is like no longer a nun. I got to watch it again. It's a funny movie from when I was a kid, hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that trailer, right? Second Sight movie trailer. Cause oh yeah, no, here we go. Yeah. It exists. I have found it. It's only a minute long. You know what it is? We'll bring this one up, here. All right. So let me just jump over to this. Okay. There's actually a new feature on StreamYard where I have the ability to jump through tabs, which is fantastic. So here, this is a trailer for the 1989 John Lariquete, Bronson Pinchot comedy film, Second Sight. God damn it, Warner Brothers.
The Second Sight detective agency is on the job, and this case is all but solved. Get the car, boys.
John Lariquete, an old-fashioned investigator.
We're detectives. We'll detect.
Bronson Pinchot, a new-age psychic.
Your, blood pressure is way up. And your sperm count is way down.
The Second Sight detective agency has everything it needs to fight crime.
Bobby is a power psychic.
A what?
He reads minds.
He's clairvoyant.
The thief is in this room.
Telepathic.
She's not pregnant.
And psychokinetic.
Your back hurts, so his back hurts.
Yeah, we'll tell the amazing Randy he's got the wrong side.
He'd make the perfect detective if only he could see where he was going.
Straight ahead, babe. I can't go straight ahead, babe. There's a building right there.
John Lariquete.
Well, as you can see, we're very weird.
Bronson Pinchot.
I want to be nice.
Second Sight.
I see a comedy in your future.
Yeah, that is an actual movie, my friends. That is an actual film called Second Sight. That is came out way back in the day, and it's it looks like a better version of Holy Man. It kind of is, right? But yeah, it's because that was that Eddie Murphy movie that came out in the late 90s. Like the trailer may not be the funniest thing. The movie's pretty good. All right, the movie's pretty good. I did enjoy that one quite a bit there. Can I talk about when I'm going to go see the Batman? I'm seeing the Batman on Tuesday. I'm seeing it at the fan screening like everybody else. I am going to definitely Rational, stop texting me fake bullshit, dude. Anyway, yeah, but sorry, I lost. I'm seeing the Batman on Tuesday like everybody else. I'll be seeing it at 7 p.m. in IMAX. I'm very excited for it. I will be doing a trailer reaction or a reaction when I come out of the theater and then probably a live stream spoiler like at the end of the week. Once everybody gets a chance to go and see it, I don't want to do it early. Certain people are going to rush out right away and try to spoil it for you. We covered those people last night. That's not me. I'm not going to be that way. I am very excited to see this movie and talk about this movie, but I am going to want to be able to have a couple days to collect my thoughts on it. So, I'm very excited for the Batman. I think it's going to be one of the biggest films, if not probably the biggest film of the year right now. I mean, Doctor Strange 2 is going to be big, but it's like for me, and as excited as I am for Doctor Strange 2, I love Matt Reeves and I love the Batman. So I want to see more of that. That's got more of my interest. Oh, that's right. Degrassi here says the Night Court revival is in the fall. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It is, with John Lariquete apparently returning. And what's her name? The actress, one of the actresses from Big Bang Theory is taking over the Harry Anderson role. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, because literally at this point, like the only two cast members I believe that are still alive off of Night Court are John Larroquette and Richard Mole. And Richard Mole has largely been disappeared. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get Bull to come back. That would be interesting. But other than that, man, it's like, that's kind of hard one to go back to, because that's a show I loved growing up. Who isn't a fan of Night Court that still at the drop of a hat, you'll hear everyone knows that fucking theme song, man. Like, everyone fucking knows that goddamn theme song. And it's like, it's going to be cool to hear that come back, provided they don't, fuck it up and change it, right? I don't know, though. I'm still kind of a little iffy on that, if I'm being honest with you guys. I'm still a little bit iffy on whether or not I'm down for more Night Court. It should be, interesting to see. Okay, I'll check it out. But that being said, let's dive in to the first little bit of the day. This is a bit of a gaming story, one that caught my eye, but one I've also been screaming about from the rooftops. And every time I talk Fallout with somebody, oh, sorry, no, hold on, I got this one wrong. I got my frames backwards. Grace Randolph put out an interesting tweet today, because we were supposed to get the full trailer for The Secrets of Dumbledore after seeing the character posters the other day, but apparently it was delayed due to the invasion of the Ukraine, which makes all sorts of sense in the world. I get that. Grace here, on the other hand, says, I'm also going to refrain from posting any videos out of concern and respect for this terrible conflict. Coverage will resume tomorrow. To which case I basically say, today's a great time to keep up content. People need to be distracted. Otherwise, you're just doom scrolling on Twitter or on Facebook or whatever your social media platform is, and you're waiting for updates about what's going on with the Ukraine. What is the United States response? What's the UN's response? What's NATO's response? What is Putin doing? And who the hell is dying? And how vicious is it? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff right there is something people out there want a distraction for. And I really hate it, by the way. I do. I'll be honest with you guys. Maybe you don't believe like I do, but I believe this. If you are in a position to entertain people and you usually have a scheduled program and you take that program off or don't do it because of an event that's going on, like, look, if it's like, let's say, a tragedy like 9/11, I can understand that, right? Or like, a school shooting or something along those lines. I can understand that. But this is a conflict that's going to go on for like the foreseeable future. And so you're only going to be pulling your video content for one day out of respect for an invasion of an Eastern European country, from an autocratic dictator who's lived in power for 23 years, far beyond what was ever legally believed that could be happening in that country, but you're only going to do it for one day. I just find that to be, like, to me personally, that comes across as disrespectful. That comes across as virtue signaling, and I'm not really a fan of it. I don't think you need to absolutely go out there and like make a big spectacle of it. Go like, we're not, you're not doing like a USO show for the Ukrainians, but you can go out there and talk about what the hell's going on. I don't know. I always find that shit to be a little bit weird. I always find that a little bit weird, but anyway, there's that right there. So, okay, then moving on, because this is what I wanted to cover. Fallout New Vegas 2 is reportedly in very early talks at Microsoft. Now, those of you who've seen me in person or seen me when I'm on camera, I usually am rocking like my Fallout 4 hoodie that I got in 2015. I've had this thing now for nearly 5 years. I love this hoodie. I wear it every day. And a lot of people around town will always compliment me on the hoodie. I meet Fallout fans all the time. And every time we get talking about Fallout, I always mention the fact that Microsoft now owns Bethesda and Obsidian Entertainment. And that if they're smart, if they know what they're doing, if they want to play the game right, they will give the Fallout brand to Obsidian and they'll let Todd Howard only fuck up the Elder Scrolls, or at least do that. He seems to do well with the Elder Scrolls. I mean, Christ, they put Skyrim on Alexa. Even as a gag, it still operated. Let him handle the Elder Scrolls. Let him go to Cyrodiil, to Tomorrowwind, to Oblivion. Let him do all that stuff, right? Skyrim, everything else. But give Obsidian the Fallout franchise. Now, this is what, according to this website here, says that over on Giant Bomb's web show, VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb, who I've had interactions with Jeff Grubb all the way back in the early days of GG back in 2014, and whatever, the guy, the guy's made a name for himself in journalism and everything else. And so he, I'd say he's relatively, what's the word I want to use here? I'd argue he's probably like pretty reputable, right? Pretty reputable in the space. So he says here, this is very early, but people have begun to have talks and say these words and sentences, and those are Obsidian and New Vegas 2. But he goes on to say, we're talking years and years away. There's at least an interest in conversations happening about making something like that actually a reality. Now, look, I don't know about you, but this is what I want. This is what needs to be done. It's been just over 10 years since the release of Fallout New Vegas. That game is still, even full of bugs, still well respected, still well loved, still talked about. People want more from that world. More people want that than they want the fucking base building from number 4, And so, between, Fallout, New Vegas and Fallout 4, that was 2011 to 2015. And now it's been 2015 to 2022, and we haven't gotten another Fallout outside of 76. And quite frankly, while they've built it up, while they've done better with 76, still, guys, come on. It's still not much of a thing. People out there don't want that. They want the old Fallout. Now, all of us old fans who were playing it back in the 90s, man, we want Obsidian. So there's that. Michael K here says, funny, I am just playing New Vegas. You're in for a hell of a time, man. You're in for a hell of a time. I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for more. I think it's going to be great. Really want to see it. All right, let's move on from there. So here's another thing that popped up today. Interesting. That Tarantino apparently is in early talks to direct 1 or 2 episodes of Justified City Primeval for FX. This is a limited series that will see the return of Timothy Oliphant as U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. Now, if you haven't seen, I think we were talking about Justified last night on the show too. If you haven't seen Justified, you're missing the hell out. It's a great show. Fantastic all the way through. Walton Goggins, Timothy Oliphant played off each other very well, good and evil, and not even necessarily always evil, having done bad things. But, you always liked Walton Goggins in the show. And even in the end, you liked Walton Goggins in the show. And so if you're going to do a show like this, if you're going to have Justified City Primeval, if you're going to bring back U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, you are going to need to have Walton Goggins. But here's the thing with this. What the fuck is Tarantino thinking doing television? Right? Am I the only one that is kind of thinking that's a little bit weird? Let me explain. The fuck is Tarantino thinking doing television? Especially doing like cable television, not even like premium cable, not even like, not HBO Max, not Netflix, not, not Hulu, right? Even though FX is basically the same thing, as that now. It's weird, man. I got no freaking idea what the hell is going on with that. And it's definitely one of those situations where I'm like, I don't know, what is it, just because he's trying to like stave off doing that last movie? He's trying to stave off doing his final film. So he's like, well, I said I would do 10 movies. I said this is what I'm going to do. But if I'm doing television, right? If I'm doing television, then it's not a movie. It's not the same thing. It's definitely something that's a little bit different. So it can be argued it can be argued that he's trying to find a workaround to things that he has said. So why not? Why not go out there and do television when that's not considered a movie? A little bit kind of weird. Degrassi here says, he directed ER and CSI. Well, I didn't know that. All right. I didn't know he directed ER and CSI. Well, fuck. All right. Well, then my whole rant's kind of dumb. Let's see. Tarantino also wrote a few episodes of Bounty Law, which was a show that they were filming in Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I've heard about that. I did hear about that. Yeah, that he was. So maybe he is thinking about more short form TV now. Maybe that's what he's doing. Let's see. Ryan here says, I think he's directed a few episodes of other shows. The same could be said for David Lynch creating Twin Peaks back in the day. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I will fully admit I was a little ahead of myself there. That happens every once in a while. I'm hoping that he does it. Okay, Grave Danger is the 5th season finale of CSI. The 2-parter was directed by Tarantino and was aired on May 19th, 2005. Why the fuck didn't I know about this? I legitimately did not know about that. I do not know why, but I did not know about that. So you learn something new every day. So, all right, I was wrong. He's done TV. But I still think it's I still think it's going to scratch an itch for him, if I'm being honest with you guys. I still think it's going to scratch an itch where you're going to see him maybe do more television before he goes into his final film. Because the thing is Tarantino, above all else, is a, what's the word I want to use here, right? He's a storyteller above all else. And so he'll want to tell a story. I think that's why he was like kind of edging towards Star Trek, why that whole thing was going on, why maybe the whole bounty law, which I have heard about that, being something he might want to work on. It's possible that he wants to just tell stories without all the rigmarole of doing a film. Because it's a smaller production. It's a faster turnaround time. It's cheaper in many ways. And if you are kind of overseeing it, you have a bit more creative control. Never mind that he's never not had creative control, but it could be easier for him. I don't know. I mean, like, anything could really happen. I think it would be very interesting to see what he wants to do. Dat Boy here says he's also said potential sequels to movies like Kill Bill wouldn't count as his 10th film. Yeah, but does Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 count as 2 films? Because I always view that as technically one movie. But I don't recall if that is listed as such. So, I don't know. The Watcher here says, I wonder what a Tarantino-directed Boba Fett or Mando episode would have looked like. Nothing that probably would have been able to premiere on Disney+. However, it would have been a lot more interesting than what we got, I think. I think it would have been a lot more interesting than what we got. So there's that. Let's see. The Batman here says he should contact Disney to do Star Wars. He would have a lot of creative control. Yeah, but like, I don't think you could probably get away with as many fucks in Star Trek or Star Wars. They got around him in Star Trek, right? They put him in Star Trek Discovery, which really angered a lot of fans at the time when that happened. But I just want to see like I have a feeling like he would really explore like the sexual promiscuity of Captain Kirk if Tarantino got in there, So we'd have to see how that goes. Degrassi says here he had first look with Paramount and he pitched a new Friday the 13th, Beverly Hills Cop, and Star Trek. Wow. And I mean, was it the last Friday the 13th movie we got was in 2009? That Marcus Nispel directed one. Beverly Hills Cop 4 apparently is in development over at Netflix, although I don't quite know why they're doing it. And Star Trek, we did hear about, is in development, potentially filming this year, although the cast apparently doesn't know about that. I don't quite know. Now, Anthony here says FX is prestige enough, though they are basically a mini HBO. Well, no, that's true. I actually prefer, in some cases, the FX programming to HBO programming, because I feel like they have a very similar quality and a lot faster turnaround time. So, they really kind of play into all that shit. So I don't quite know. What about Riker's promiscuity? Now, Riker isn't, Riker always struck me as a kind of guy who, like, once he locked down Diana Troy, he was there. You know what I mean? Like, he was there. He didn't want to go anywhere else, but in the meantime, I'm not too sure. The Batman here asks, what are your thoughts on the Batman being rated 15 in the UK, but PG-13 in America? They're about the same, right? We probably should, like, advance PG-13 to, like, PG-15, but again, PG-13 is just a placeholder. It's like the MPAA is largely bullshit. Rating systems are largely bullshit. That's my take on it, at least. And PG-13 movies are just kind of like the middle ground. It's just kind of where it is. So I feel like, the movie it doesn't have any killing as far as I understand it, like not from Batman. I'm assuming it's going to be probably largely bloodless, and no one is going to probably say fuck. So as a result of that, there's that. Degrassi here says, Sean Ryan's CBS Beverly Hills Cop 2013 pilot was actually pretty good. Don't know why they didn't pick it up. I don't know either, man. Sean Ryan has, he's produced a lot of stuff. He like the Terriers in 2010 was a fantastic show on FX. It was a great show. It was shot in San Diego, so I supported the hell out of it. Loved every episode, and it had a devout fan base, and they canceled it. And I always felt that was definitely something that was really a poor move on their part. But, sometimes you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you don't always get what you want. And that, of course, is the way Hollywood operates. That's always the way Hollywood operates. You're never going to be able to get everything you want when you feel like you probably should. But in the meantime, why don't we move on to the next bit here? So this is just something kind of funny I came across today. Thieves have apparently stolen over $200,000 worth of props from the set of The Crown. Right now, over 350 items were stolen, including a replica Fabergé egg, a grandfather clock face, a dressing table, crystal glassware, and silver and gold candelabras. By the way, I never really ever in my line of work or just in general ever get to say the term candelabras. So I'm going to say it one more time for effect. Candelabras. 200. It's all right. Like, I'm not downplaying theft. Obviously not downplaying theft here. But when I look at a story like this, like really when I look at a story like this, I think to myself, like, why the fuck are there $200,000 worth of props? I know this show is expensive. I stopped watching halfway through season 1. It just kind of lost me. I might need to go back and give it another shot. But it's like a replica Fabergé egg. Okay. A grandfather clock face. A dressing table and crystal. I'm sure like the crystal glassware and silver and gold candelabras is probably where there's a fair amount of money there. But again, 350 items were stolen, and they'll probably end up recovering quite a bit of this. They will probably end up, recovering a fair amount of it all, simply because people who stole it are probably going to try to sell it. And as a person who might know a thing or two about selling on the black market, Saggy Melons, what's going on?
What did I just walk into?
A story about props, hundreds of thousands.
That's crazy. It's funny you say it, because I know that I hate bringing it up because everyone hates when I bring it up, but Power Rangers, right? So people always ask the actors if they ever got to like take home any of the stuff from the set, like, the helmets or the costume or something. And they're like, no, but it's been on public record, like Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger, he 100% like took stuff home, and they actually put like because of him taking props home, people were basically like, okay, we gotta stop this. Nobody was allowed to take anything home. So yeah, I'm not surprised that people stole props, but you're right, like that's a lot of money in props.
I mean, you look at a show like The Crown, and it comes across as very prestigious, very, very high society, and people probably think, oh man, like look at this, like look at all this replica stuff. This is real. People are gonna believe it's real. So they're gonna probably end up like, thinking they get some money out of it.
I mean, it's worth something because it was a prop from a show. So I mean, it is worth more value if it makes sense.
Yeah, but like, where are you gonna sell it?
eBay. I mean, yeah, that's true. You'd have to sell on the black market or something.
Yeah, like how would you really end up like? That's the thing. That's what I don't get. Right? Like, I could only imagine like the guys. They're like, righto. We stole all this stuff right here. Look at this fake Fabergé egg. But where are we gonna sell it? Craigslist, not Craigslist here. It's like eBay. And those, like they're gonna know. It's like the story, by the way, of the Rise of Skywalker when the whole plot leaked out, and they tried to claim that the story originated from John Boyega getting a paper copy of the script and then taking it home to his flat and leaving it underneath his bed and then a maid found it when she was cleaning it after he had moved out. He had forgot it there or something. So then she tried selling it on eBay, and quickly Disney stepped in and saved the day. But the story had already gotten out there. That was the story they told. And like Boyega backed it up. It's like, this is completely unbelievable, right? This is completely unbelievable how this works. So it's, I don't know. It's like, 200,000 worth of props, I mean, there were during the first season of The Mandalorian, there were some props that were stolen. So, but like, I want to know like the itemized value of these props, because a Fabergé egg is probably just like, they probably went to like the Dollar Tree and they bought a fake Easter egg, and then they just put some like fake gold and shit on it, and like put it in the back as dressing.
Well, I just want to know how the hell they got away with 300. Like, I can see maybe 5, 10, maybe at most 350 items. How do you lose? Like, how does somebody walk away with 350 items of stuff?
I say talk to the night security guard.
Somebody got fired. Somebody was asleep on the job. Somebody fucked up, Oh yeah, somebody 100% got fired.
And then you're gonna have the detective chimney sweep is gonna be the one who comes in, right? Mm-hmm. It's my day off, I say. Out there cleaning out the chimneys, all covered in soot. I'm out here trying to solve a mystery.
Right. I'm surprised you weren't talking about what I just dropped my video on.
I don't know. I was watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, but you didn't hear about what happened with Millie Bobby Brown? How did you not hear about that?
Oh, I was going to talk about that the other day. I was going to bring up the Millie Bobby Brown thing. And then I thought about it, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to. Because like I thought about it, because like it reminded me, for those of you who don't know, because Saggy comes in to derail. Those of you who don't know, Millie Bobby Brown turned 18 the other day. And so whatever, what happens when an up-and-coming actress who's been in the public spotlight for a number of years and is an attractive young lady becomes of age, a whole bunch of dudes openly admit to fapping to her. Like, that's basically what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do it all the time. They did it with Bad Baby. They've done it with, like, the Olsen twins. It's very weird. And I saw that story, and I remember talking about her weird relationships in Hollywood. And that's why I was interested in the story, because it's not the first time, like, like she's had a very, very creepy career. And it's like first it was Drake, her relationship with Drake. Then she was 17 when she was with a 20-year-old TikToker who was living with her. The parents consented to it. Right.
And that dude admitted while he was drunk on a TikTok that they did some stuff.
Oh yeah. It was very, very,
didn't and I'm not trying to get too explicit because she was a minor, but didn't he like basically like
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like, yeah, like what? I was like, whoa, bro, like you can't be saying that shit. Like he's like, and then like his whole like, I was just drunk, I was just talking out my ass and blah, 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 blah. And I'm all like, dude, you literally like said that a minor ate yours. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you don't, You gotta call. No, you don't say that for, I mean, like that would have, dude. Okay. If like, if it, like, why did nobody like investigate this? Like this dude is admitting,
Well,
to,
the parents allowed it. That's the craziest part, and that's why I'm like surprised that nobody's talking about it enough. Because I'm like, it's weird because I know she's from the UK, and I think the legal age of consent is like 16, 17.
well, the
But
legal age of consent though, I mean, like in California is 18, but I don't remember if they have that like plus 3 year thing for like,
right,
some of those states have like what they call like the Romeo and Juliet law, the idea of the Romeo and Juliet law. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Like I know, look, the thing is, kids, teenagers, like they be horny. All right. Like, let's just be fair. We can
yeah,
be
but
adults on this.
Jesus, like the fact that like that the parents were okay with that. That's why I was like, I saw somebody talk about it. I was like, I'm not surprised they did that to Millie Bobby Brown. And the thing that's really even troublesome, like it's normal for her. Like she made it seem like it was completely normal. It's normal for a 14-year-old to text a 32-year-old man and have him give her like boy advice. And like they text each other and talk and say he says he misses her and shit. And I'm sitting there like, why is no one talking about this? Drake's a weirdo. He's had a thing for Kylie Jenner when she was a minor. It's just the whole thing it's weird, and I feel really awkward when it comes to child stars because you just know that there are some sickos out there, and the fact that they like basically put themselves on Reddit out there for everyone to see, like, yeah, you're all a bunch of friggin' creeps that literally admitted that you were sexualizing a child and waiting for her to come of age so you could feel better about yourselves. Like, that's so gross.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. That stuff grosses me the hell out, to be honest with you.
It grosses me out too. It's like weird, but I'm glad she's 18. I'm glad she had a great birthday, but it's very problematic that this is normal for her, and the fact that she's got like these guys got away with it. That's the crazy part. They all got away with it.
Well, yeah, it's so, I mean, it's like, it's very weird how that stuff gets handled in the way, like how Hollywood operates, or how people, because like I remember it blew up and then like he issued an apology and then it just went away. Now what I'm wondering though is like, did her publicists come in and squash it?
Yes, her reps. When I was doing research for my video, her reps, TMZ reported that her reps basically gave the statement. She wasn't allowed to give one, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Sure.
But yeah, the reps basically said they were appalled by what he said, and there was no truth to it. They basically just like did damage control, and then just he went away. It's like, okay.
Is he still on TikTok? Because like I saw his apology, and his apology was not even an apology. It was him like in a hoodie. And he's just like, yeah, like I was drunk and like I said things and like it's not true.
He's probably still on TikTok. TikTok has this is why I don't use TikTok, because TikTok is they censor the crap out of you. Like I know you use TikTok, but like there were these two guys who were big TikTokers. They were brothers, and one of them got kind of arrested they were using the platform to talk to minors, and one of them got arrested. And I made a post and said that I was not posting another TikTok until they get rid of these creeps, and they suspended me for bullying.
Well, it's like, it is like YouTube. YouTube does the exact same thing in regards to like, if you bring in a lot of money for YouTube, you're not going to end up going anywhere. Like they're just going to let you stay. It doesn't matter, like what's going on. There's been a couple cases. Like, I mean, look at Logan Paul. Logan Paul faked that dead body, right? Back in 2018. And
was it fake?
Yes, it was. Oh, absolutely, it was fake. If you can go and find it again, which I'm not too sure where you'd find it right now, because there was a website called LiveLeak that it was hosted on after the fact, but that has since been shuttered. And that was where like a lot of like the crazier videos were, like the cartel hits and whatever. Like it was one of those kind of sites. And yeah, you can actually see, like, for one, if you know anything about how the human body responds after it's been hung, and you would know that there's no way that the body would be in that position. Never mind, also the body moves like twice.
Oh.
You can see the hand. You can see the hand move very quickly in a shot. And then little things that they said didn't add up. The fact that no body was ever. They said they were like 100 yards away from the from the entryway to the forest, when if you look at any of the stuff with the suicide forest, it's always like miles and miles back. And like there's actually like markers people will set for themselves. So it just made no sense. And then also the authorities, because people are like, well, the cops wanted to talk to him. And yeah, like the cops wanted to talk to him because they never found a body. Because I think they said like there may have been a body, but they never recovered a body. And then people go, but what about the fucking, you know, the ambulance? You see the EMT people running off with a gurney, right? Yeah. And guess what? At the end of that video, when they're out there doing their sake shots in the parking lot, you can see those same EMT workers going back to their vehicle with an empty gurney and putting it in the back of the van. So they never found a body.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't do a deep dive on that video, but I will say, because I want, before we go on, I saw the comment about Tom Holland. It's like, yeah, Tom Holland, he was an attractive young man, and I always thought he was an attractive young man, but I wasn't counting down the days till he's legal, so I'd be like, oh, now I can flip my bean to Tom Holland. It's like, no. And even now, I think, how old's Tom Holland now? Isn't he like 19, 20?
He's 25.
Oh, he's 25? Okay, so he's been 25 for a while.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say, I would wait to have those thoughts when he's a little bit more like adults, you know, at least have him. Yeah, 25 is a good age.
He's 25.
I thought
yes, he's 25. Yeah, he's 25.
God, he still looks like a baby.
Well, he said that even on, what was it? On the late show with Seth Meyer or whatever. Late night, I think, with Seth Meyer. He's all like, yeah, he's like, I started coming here when I was 19 and I'm now 25. So he's been around he's been doing this for a while. And, yeah, he's a baby. Jesus.
He still looks like a baby though. It's
that's
like weird.
That's why he's going to be playing Tom Holland, you know, Spider-Man for a long period of time.
I hope so. I like his Spider-Man. His Spider-Man's very good.
His Spider-Man is very good. Very, very, very good. Hold on here. We got a super chat from Benson. First super chat of the night. £2. Thanks, buddy. It says, checking you are okay after the masked man baby stream. I'm fine. I'm good. I knew about it ahead of time. I was called about it ahead of time. So, you know, I knew about it. I just think it was really funny. I thought the whole thing was really funny because it was like a lot of drama, you know. So the chat was wild. If you guys paid attention to the chat, I got timed out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Enosh and I were going back and forth on it, and Max timed us both out.
Oh shoot, both of you.
Both of us, yeah.
Wow.
And then as soon as we got timed in, we started bickering again.
Wow.
So,
well,
yeah.
I mean, good on the decision to time you both out.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, to be honest with you. But other than that, yeah, I was fine. You know, I mean, look, Max can comment on whatever he wants to comment on. I don't really care. You know, like, you know, he likes drama. He likes to cause drama. He likes to create drama. He'll deny it, but it's true. And he likes to watch the world burn, I think. So.
Well, the world is burning, so.
Yeah, so it is that. But I mean, and we're going to get to a bit more about the whole Zack Snyder Zaslav. So we'll give him stuff to respond to again. Although with you here, I don't think that's going to happen. So, but let's dare him to do it.
No, can we not?
Okay, fine.
I'm trying to be a better YouTuber. I need to be a better YouTuber. We gotta be better.
Gotta be better YouTuber. There you go. Better YouTuber. All right, so let's move on here. We got this just popped up. I thought this was interesting, given that it's entertainment related. Again? Canceled comedian Louis C.K. to perform in Kiev despite Russian invasion. This is not fake. This is real. He is scheduled to perform in Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine, on, I think, February 26th. So technically tomorrow, because they're already so far ahead of us.
Is he high?
I don't know, but I mean, they haven't canceled it yet. His reps haven't responded to anything yet. But according to the people who live in Kyiv who are going to go, they're like, yeah, no, the tickets are still available. Like, you can still go see it. Never mind. A lot of the country, a lot of the city have yeeted the fuck out. They've dipped out. They've gone. They've run, and with very good reasoning.
Have you seen the videos?
Oh, yeah. I've seen, did you see the Snake Island one?
No, I saw one where they were looking outside. You just see this freaking jet fly, and then pew, pew, and then you get kids crying. I broke my heart, dude. It's awful what's happening over there right now. This is crazy.
Oh no, it absolutely is crazy in regards to everything. But no, I saw the video of the people inside their house with like the jet firing the missile off and everything. There was another video I saw of a missile like having gone into a house. And then the Snake Island one, though, was audio recording. There was a base out there on Snake Island with like 13 Ukrainian soldiers, and like 2 Russian warships popped up, and the warships were just like, "Come out with your hands up." I'm paraphrasing, but they basically say, "Come out with your hands up, or be prepared to be fired on." And one of the Ukrainian soldiers, you can hear him just kind of go, "Should I tell him to go fuck himself, just in case?" And then, like, he turned the volume up and he goes, "Hey, Russian warship, go fuck yourself." And the Russian warship opened fire, and 13 souls were lost.
God, that's crazy.
Those dudes deserve to have their names out there, like flat out. Like if you're facing down death from 2 Russian warships, and you basically just tell it to eat shit, you just go fuck yourself.
Oh my God, dude,
and then that's terrible. So I mean, like. None of this is funny. Like, none of this is funny.
No, it's scary, dude, because it's like this is gonna, like, everyone's talking about this is gonna be World War III, and it's like, at the rate things are going, like, they're just like, what the fuck, man? Like the pandemic wasn't bad enough in the world. Now we have a fucking war to probably worry about.
Oh well, not only that, only like 35% of I think of Kyiv citizens, or like Ukrainian citizens, are vaccinated with both shots. So, I mean, I don't know how COVID is going over there, but it's like people are fleeing, and a lot of them are trapped together. Well, I don't say trapped, but they're like, they're huddled together. And it's like, so you've got not only the incoming Russian threat, where now, they've also, by the way, the Ukrainians have also lost control of Chernobyl. Right. So it's like, great. I don't know what, because if they crack open, if the idea there, the fear is that if the Russians crack open the containment units for the reactors, that's bad. That is very bad. Because they have spent, decades trying to contain Chernobyl. Like, you can tour Chernobyl. Like, if you're on the pavement, you're okay. But it's like, if you go into the grass stuff, you're kind of fucked. But there's elements of Chernobyl you can tour through. I'm not 100% on it, but I know you can tour it. And that was actually on my bucket list of things to do. I wanted to tour Chernobyl, and at least go through it. But now they've got control of it, so it's like, all right, idiots, don't do anything fucking stupid. And so there's that. And then also, like, Putin has said, if anyone he's threatening nuclear attacks. If anyone out there is like, if they strike at them, like, Putin will retaliate with a nuclear strike. That's what he's threatening. So it's like, so you've got this guy who, from what I was reading today, has largely spent the last couple of years more isolated than ever, in part due to the pandemic. He's only really talking to his defense ministers. He's not talking to anyone else. And he's pushing for this war, this invasion, I think, is a last-ditch power grab to cement his legacy of trying to reunite the Soviet Union. That's what I think. And then he's like, but he's not listening to like any of his advisors that are probably going to tell him to stop.
Like,
there's crazy. It's crazy. And so, like, I don't think we're going to have like a World War III scenario, but I do think we are going to get, it's going to be pretty bad out there. H-Bart's here did kind of chime in with a couple things real quick. First off, asking, so is Max happy about Ukraine? No, Max is not happy about Ukraine.
I don't think anyone's happy about Ukraine.
No one's happy about Ukraine. And then H-Bar's also said, your protests are huge. I'm Russia now. Yes, they are huge in Russia. I've watched a lot of people. What I think needs to happen is a general strike. Like, just the Russians who oppose this, just stop working. Shut down their entire country.
You have
just
to
shut it down.
There's the only way, dude. Like, it's like, I never thought I'd live to see a day where it's like we have a country invading another one like this. Like, and it's like all these people are just getting murdered, and they're innocent. like his issue is with the government, so we're just gonna start killing your people. Like that's insane. Like God, my heart goes out to all these people. It's just freaking awful. It's tragic, and we're all just sitting here on YouTube bitching about friggin' movies, and then the people are out there friggin' dying. It's crazy, but it's crazy because I feel like, what do we do? We just have to sit here and wait.
Yeah, there's not much we're going to be able to do from here specifically. However, what we can do is is if things get really hairy with our politically elected leaders, and I'm just going to fucking say it. All right, anyone out there who on the right who is trying to sit there and say that Putin is not a bad guy, fuck those people.
Facts.
Fuck Tucker Carlson. Fuck all those assholes like fucking Steve Bannon.
Facts.
who are trying to prop up Putin as being this like glorious leader type, and all the Trumpsters that are fucking cleaning the spunk out of their drawers over him applauding Putin. Fuck all those people. I don't want to make this political. If you are a conservative, I don't care. All right, I don't care. I'm a liberal. I'm a fucking progressive lefty. I don't care. We can disagree on a number of issues. But what we're seeing here is people in our country, our elected political leaders and conservative pundits that are basically like praising what's happening over there. And then they're trying to say that this wouldn't happen under Trump. It wouldn't happen under Trump because Putin is playing the long game with Trump. Just go, like, honest to God, go pay the fuck attention. I don't want to get into too much because it's going to be a thing.
Right. I'm not political whatsoever. And with that said, I think that anyone applauding genocide and slaughter of innocent civilians that have nothing to do with any politics, they just are living their lives, you're scum. It doesn't matter what your political beliefs are. People are fucking dying. Children, women.
Hold on.
Everyone's
Fourth
dying.
Says here, nobody on the right said Putin is not a bad guy. That's leftist propaganda. Right, really, because I've legitimately heard Tucker Carlson talk about how, like, Vladimir Putin isn't woke. And that's what Steve Bannon was saying. And in the context of them saying that he's not woke and that he's not going to support gay kids or trans kids or whatever. And they're playing that up. That's them saying he's not a bad guy. That is them saying he's not playing into the culture war that largely only exists in many people's minds. All right. That is not a fucking thing. And if you argue that point here, I will ban you. I have no problem with that because I'm not going to put up with that kind of rhetoric here. You either back it with facts, which I don't think you have any, or I'm going to get rid of you. Because this is a situation where we are watching this play out in real time, where the conservative right wing of our political system is propping up an autocrat dictator who has no problem murdering people who get in his way and has now launched an invasion to de-Nazify Eastern Ukraine. And he calls them communists, which, by the way, doesn't fucking make sense. So when you've got the Russian president trying to de-Nazify an area of which there are no Nazis, and he's using it as an excuse to try to reclaim elements of the fallen Soviet Union, and the right wing in our country is kind of propping it up, that's what's happening. So again, shut the fuck up. That's that. Anyway. So,
well,
you know what?
Awkward.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck off, bitch. Go fucking lap down some fucking, Russian propaganda. Come. Don't be a little bitch. Fucking open your goddamn stupid ass eyes. Every time you come in here, it's always the leftist propaganda. Leftist propaganda is not invading fucking Ukraine right now. You fucking simpleton little bastard. They're not launching fucking missiles into goddamn urban areas where there's women and children and innocents. You fucking bitch. There's words I want to say, Saggy, that I won't say.
Yeah,
that I won't say, but that I want to say. Because when I see shit like this from a fucking little keyboard warrior, dude, because that's what you fucking are. You're a little keyboard warrior on this shit. Why don't you go back, fucking go to Mar-a-Lago, fucking crawl up Trump's ass and fucking live there. Fuck you. Fuck off. suck my dick and peace the fuck out. Seriously. Are you fucking kidding me with that shit? My God. The words I want to say. Oh my God, the words I want to say. Fuck me. I am so goddamn fucking... I will admit I'm triggered. As words I want to say.
I can see your face getting red.
Oh my God, I hate that shit. There's fucking... I can't... I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what I can't stand. I can't stand the fucking loss of innocent life. I can't stand it.
I agree. And that's why I said... That's why I said I don't... When it comes to politics, I don't care. Innocent people are dying. That's the thing that people aren't grasping. Fuck your politics. What are these civilians who are losing their lives, losing their children, losing their loved ones? What did they do to deserve it other than live in a country? Like, they literally, before all this, they were going to work like everybody else. Some of them probably all depressed. They don't have enough money to pay bills, and all of a sudden they just see fucking like jet planes flying and throwing missiles at their fucking homes. Like, it's not even about politics. It's about human life. It really is about human life. And people are being literally slaughtered every single day since this started happening. People are dying. And that's what the focus should be, is like, how do we stop people from being killed by another country? When you invade another country, there's no good in that. There's no good in that. You are invading another country and inserting your dominance, your power, and you're murdering people. For what? For power? And then we're going to sit here and argue about what part of the political party is right? None of them are right. Nobody is right. People are dying mercilessly. That's where it should be the focus, guys, not this political argument. Like, there are children dying. Babies. Okay? Babies are just being born, being fucking blown up. Like, this is the reality of the world, and this is what we're arguing about? The political fucking parties and what they think about it? That shouldn't be the focus, guys. Like, this is serious and this is scary, because if Putin is doing this, what's gonna stop him? And now he's threatening if anyone tries to stop him, and you know we are going to get involved at some point and try to stop this. Now it's going to be a war. It's going to be a world war. It is. I think it will be. If we're not going to stand for it. I don't think
we're not going to hit. We're not going to hit a world war. Putin, look, as far as I understand it, and I don't know everything about geopolitics, and I'll admit,
kick Russia's ass.
All right, but it's one of those things where it's like the people who deny what happened on January 6th. It's like, this is what's right in front of them. They can open their eyes, but they choose to take the blue pill. They choose to live in a fantasy world. They choose to live as ignorant as humanly possible. And it's frustrating to watch because, like, it's like Russia is a fucked country in so many ways. And Putin has been I don't want to say losing his grip, but he's been like, like, he knows his time is effectively coming to an end at some point in the near future. And eventually something is going to happen. And so, but in the meantime, I don't want to fucking dwell on this. I really don't want to dwell on this. I haven't seen Matt this mad since The Last Jedi came out. That was for different reasons. Anyway, let's see here. Let me get through some of these. I know HBar's left a couple of these. HWAD here says Putin will go down as a tyrant who failed, just like Hitler. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like a lot. I mean, the thing is, like, what was it? What did Candace Owens say about that? She's like, Hitler had a lot of ideas for Germany, but he fucked up when he started trying to go outward, and like she got a lot of, she's a psycho for saying that. She's kind of like, well, Hitler wasn't so bad. He had some ideas. But the idea, but it's true. Like, it didn't really start until Germany started to invade Poland. And that's when everyone really started paying attention. Never mind, we knew of atrocities that were already going on. So it's those kind of things that are going to end up like being called into it, Well,
correct me if I'm wrong, because I did hear this. So this is a third party. But I was told that there was a book that explained that it wasn't actually Hitler who initially wanted the genocide. Like, he just wanted them exiled, but he was convinced that no, they had to go. So I think originally, it's fucked up either way, but I think from what somebody told me about a book they read about the history was that he wanted to just exile them out of Germany, but he was convinced, like, nah, we're just gonna just kill them all, and that's like insane.
Yeah. But to quickly, I don't know about that. To be honest, top of my head, I don't want to. That's a tough one to kind of dance around. I want to be able to have the information before I speak on that one. Also, I know Spherical Man had said that watch as Fourth will run over to Enosh. Oh no, he has run over there. I just checked real quick. He's already over there. Not crying anything, but the night's still young. And then also HWAD here says, if Putin nukes China, it should side with us. Without NATO, China economy is gone. I mean, isn't China making a run for Taiwan right now? So, I mean, there's been talks about they flew a jet over Taiwan today, basically saying and claiming Taiwan is China. So that's a thing. Yeah. So they're kind of rattling their saber a little bit too. Like, don't get uppity, you guys. So there's that. Thank you for that, H. Bartz. He also says here, if Russia ever invaded, they would lose us citizens. Oh, if they invaded us citizens have arms and it's too big. Well, I mean, like, obviously the concept of Red Dawn would never really happen because that was the Russians and the Cubans. But I could see, I mean, I jokingly said this, on Twitter, that I could see Putin declaring Florida an independent state and then the state just kind of like giving it up. You know what I mean? Like them just walking in and going like, oh yeah, what's up guys? Slotsvutia, would you like some vodka? Like I could see that happening because of how fucking crazy Florida is. But no, it's true. It's like that kind of shit that kind of shit would roughly never happen here unless our economy was just utterly tanked and we had no real infrastructure in place, or we suffered from a massive coordinated attack. And of course I want none of those things. So I don't think that would ever really happen. There's 336 million of us. We're scattered across a multitude of population centers. And I
have swords.
You have a sword?
I have a sword? Swords. Bring it, Russia. I'm ready to shop.
Are they like the swords you get from the mall? Like they break.
They can be sharpened and strengthened.
You can take like aluminum foil and just wrap it around. I have this ancient katana I got from Hot Topic for $59.99 plus tax.
No, I got it at those like Asian marts. They had like a little mini mall there, and they sold really cool ones. They were beautiful. Shut up! I can strengthen a sword. It's still metal, you asshole.
You can strengthen a sword.
You strengthen yours every night. We already know about that.
That's different. I rub my saber. I polish it. Okay, so it's battle ready at all the time.
I should have never said nothing.
I can look at myself in the reflection. That's how
I should have never said nothing. I apologize, people.
You said it, not me.
I know. I regretted it immediately after.
You should not have said it. Yeah, that was bad. Benson here says, not seen Matt this angry since Bailey J retired. Well, where am I going to get my traps? Okay, where am I going to get my traps?
Who?
Google Bailey J.
I'm scared.
Don't do it. No, do it now. Do it now, but don't bring it up on screen. But just Google who Bailey J is.
Oh my God. I don't. Okay,
Yeah, Bailey Jay. Bailey J.
What is with y'all and porno girls? Like, what is going on?
She's a special kind.
What do you mean a special kind?
She's special kind.
Podcaster. Oh my God, she shares the same birthday as me.
Oh no. Not your birthday.
I'm a few years older though. What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know if you can. You might need to type in Bailey J nude if you want to get the full effect.
Oh my God. All right. I'm doing this for science. I'm doing it for science. Okay. Bailey J nude images. Your laugh does not make this any easier. Oh, okay. Well, you could have gave me the friggin' peen warning.
No, that's the whole joke.
It's not that impressive.
Oh yeah. Degrassi here says, look up Buck Angel.
Buck Angel nudes. Okay, hold on. This is
yeah. Look at Buck Angel.
Okay, hold on. Buck Angel nudes. Oh, it already said before surgery, so I already know what I'm getting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
there you go.
Why does that person look like Bill Burr?
I don't know. Actually, not too sure. Not too sure.
Why do you guys know this?
We know a lot, Saggy.
But why? Why are you looking up these porn stars? This is very weird. Wait,
I don't have it. A lot of times it's like shock humor. You know, we shock each other with it,
Hold
right?
on. I want to
So,
see.
like,
I want to see Buck Angel before surgery.
I don't think I've ever seen Buck Angel before surgery.
What? Wait a minute, bro. What?
What?
How? They were a pretty girl before they became a guy.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, man. Transitioning is very. It's an interesting. It's interesting. Okay, I mean, okay. But why did they keep their nether region? I'm very
Well,
confused.
it's a very interesting procedure to like go in there and mix it up a bit.
I mean, I can see how they can do female to male. Well, not female to male. I'm sorry, male to female, because you could just construct it because okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what about Allison Tyler?
Who is okay? Why?
You don't know. Allison Tyler is not like anyone you need to like. Well, I mean, you could because it's nice, but I'm just kind of curious what Oz is. Is that your favorite, Ozzy? Is that your favorite? That would make sense. The pure man here says look up Tub Girl, which I don't.
No, I've seen it. Thank you.
Yeah,
but that was like
right.
a thing in high school.
That was definitely an old thing.
I mean,
but
she's pretty. She's pretty. Allison Taylor. I mean, hey, I'm
Allison
not
Tyler,
knocking it.
yeah.
She's
No, that's a woman. That's a woman.
Okay, well, I didn't see any sus pics, but thank you guys. I mean, it's not like I'm opposed to seeing these, and we're not looking at Blue Waffle. That's not even a real picture, but it's still disgusting.
I was on I heard someone mention Blue Waffle the other day. And, what's really funny is one of my friends once had he's like he actually we were on our way to like one of those like Asian markets where like they sold like smut, and he was on his way there to specifically buy like Japanese smut. And I didn't know that until we were in the car on our way there, but we're talking about it. And he's like, yeah, there's like this, like, he's like, because he was really into Japanese women at the time. And so this is what he was into. And, he goes like, he kind of says, you ever hear the one about how Japanese women have purple vaginas?
What the?
And I went, I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? I don't get this. He's like, no, it's like apparently something like they've got purple vaginas or something. And I'm like, I don't believe that's true. I don't know if I've heard like there's some discoloration that can happen, but it's like, I don't know. I think that's a lie. That's kind of what it reminded me of, like the Blue Waffle and, yeah.
So the most cringiest of all the things you guys are telling me to look up and things I've already seen, I think the thing that made literally my skin crawl, not like nauseous, but there was a picture, it was photoshopped, I found out later, but there was a Photoshop of a woman's breast, and it had like these little weird black, like ball looking things on her breast where the areolas were. And it was like the most, I was holding my chest like, oh my God. And then thank God I found out it was fake. It was like a certain flower that was photoshopped into the breast. And I was just like, oh my God, I thought it was like a medical condition. And I got really horrified. And I was like, oh my God, could that happen to my boobies? Like, oh my God, that's so creepy. Yeah, I forgot. I'll have to show you the picture if I can find it, but it was bad. Stop. No, I'm not Googling hot, kinky Joe gummy worms. That doesn't even sound like it's going to be fun. And you're going to ruin gummy worms. I love gummy worms. Radical. Don't do that to me. Irrational. Why did I call him radical?
I
can't read.
I'm sorry. What was it? Hot.
Are you going to look it
up? No, I'm not. I'm not actually, because I kind of want to move on.
I'll do it. Hold on. Hot. I'll do it.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'll answer this here. Benson for 2 pounds says Candace Owens is a reverse of Rachel Dolezal. Candace Owens was a lefty, and then found out that grifting on the right was a lot different, a lot crazier, and make a lot more profitable. She cray. And then H Bars here for $2 says, if Putin dropped a nuke, what do you think will happen? Russia goes bye-bye. Like Russia just goes bye-bye. I don't know. Like Moscow goes bye-bye. I don't know who's going to launch it. I mean, if they launch a nuke, we'll know about it, and then we'll retaliate. And it's going to be a lot of other retaliations that are going to happen. But they go bye-bye. And then someone else goes bye-bye. I don't want anyone to go bye-bye. Anyway, by your gasping, okay, now I have to see this then by your
No,
gasping.
Jarbo. Oh my God.
All right,
First of all,
let's take a look at the
Rational?
hot, kinky.
Rational.
Hold
I
on,
just
is
want to
it
say I need to see your search history because what the fuck?
gummy, hot, kinky words. Let's see here. Okay, Pornhub, hot, kinky, Joe.
Do images. Just do images. It's not funny. It's so...
Yo, is this chick like?
No, please.
Oh my God!
Yes.
She's shoving him in her ass.
Rational.
Oh,
Rational. Why?
She's pooping them out. How is
Rational.
that?
Rational. How did you find? Rational. How did you find this? Rational, please.
Oh my
Please.
God.
Rational. No, I'm not googling anything. Holy shit.
Shiny here says, did someone say Allison Tyler? I hear it from across the room. Damn right you do.
Oh my God.
Damn right you do.
My eyes, dude.
There's a website, AllisonFucks.com. I guess that's the thing. Anyway, okay, we're gonna move on from the gross stuff. It ends up going that way every once in a while.
Sorry, y'all.
Music Man here says, my eyes, I can't unsee what I Googled.
Why'd you Google it, Music Man?
No, I don't want to see her do 4 baseballs at once. I'm okay. That's okay. Let's see. Ryan here asks, how did it go from Ukraine to fucked up kinks? I mean,
Rational
do you have
did
to
it.
ask yourself? Like, do you
Rational did it, and I'm gonna say, Rational, stop. Why are you watching these Rational? We're gonna have a talk tonight, me and you. We're gonna have a sit down. I need to have an intervention with Rational. Because holy shit, dude! How are you finding these? Who hates you so much? They're sending you these awful freaking porno.
Saki does not know the ways of the internet, so that's a fair amount of it right there.
Do we have another topic? What's the number?
We have a bunch of them. Yeah. So let's move on here. So Alf, Return of the King, is coming back. No. So Shout Factory has acquired Alf, which plans to bring the character back in a totally new way, with new content, unseen art, and restored footage not seen in 30 years. This is the moment Alf fans have been waiting for. I am like really excited for this because like I don't know if this means they're going to be bringing Alf back like a new show, which would be interesting, especially kind of fish out of water with today's technology, right? But also if they're going to be, if they're going to be bringing back like the DVD sets and like remastering the footage and giving us the show plus also the TV movie, that would be fantastic. So,
are they is it a remaster or are they doing a remake?
They just say here it's bringing it back in a totally new way with new content. So, I mean, that can mean a whole wide variety of stuff. Shout Factory generally doesn't do, if I recall, they don't really do productions. I think they're probably just gonna bring back the put it on Blu-ray or maybe 4K or something and give fans the ultimate Alf experience.
I mean, I thought originally when I saw this, I tweeted and I said, no, please leave it alone. But if they're just remastering it and adding new footage that wasn't seen, I'm excited. I did like Alf. I actually had an Alf doll. And I loved that Alf doll.
Oh yeah. I'm a big Alf fan. Alien life form, Planet Melmac. There was even the Alf cartoon back in the day as well. They did the Alf cartoon, and there was a great Alf joke on The Simpsons when they had the episode about Pogs, or Milhouse gets Alf Pogs, trades Bart's soul for Alf Pogs. That's what it was. And from back in 94, 95, somewhere in there, when that was all popular. I'm okay with this. I really want to see Alf.
Do you know why I love Alf? Because looking back at it as an adult, when you realize that he liked to eat cats, and it was the first time I was like, oh wow, they actually did a pussy eating joke in an old school TV show and got away with it.
Oh yeah.
He liked to eat pussy. That's great.
I mean, he did, and but he never succeeded. He never succeeded in eating the pussy. That was the thing, right? He always wanted to eat the pussy, but he never actually ate it. So I think that's there's a lot of cat lovers out there. So if he actually did, it would be It'd be a problem.
Dramatic.
People would get mad. They'd be, PETA would be coming out of the woodworks and shouting at the masses, no, Alf cannot eat a cat. Let's see. Degrassi says, I'm telling you, Matt, Alf outtakes are inappropriate fried comedy gold. Good.
Do they exist? We actually have outtakes from that?
I don't know. If somebody can
see.
find them for me, we'll have to take a look at that at some point. It's I love Alf. I grew up watching that show, so I'm very happy. Like I don't mind them when they bring things back like this, if they bring it back in a way where you get to see stuff you've never seen before, and that could be fun. That'd be fun to check out. So, and plus Shout Factory does do good work. I agree with H-Barts on this one. Hold on. Oh God, don't watch the outtakes. He says the N-word over and over again. That
What?
can't be real. That
Hold
can't
on.
be
Let me
real.
screen them.
That can't be real, Shifty. I don't know about that, man. That's fucking terrible if that's true. That's just... Ryan Harwell says the Proud Family just came back. Yeah, that I heard. I was never a big Proud Family fan, to be honest with you. So, I mean good for people who like it, but...
I mean, I was, and I'm not gonna lie. It's... I hate to say it, but it went woke. It went woke. It did, because now they're introducing
Wait. It was absolutely...
No. It's like way woke. Like, I know it's about a black family, but like that you could argue that was woke. I mean, if I remember correctly, I don't think they really pushed the whole black thing that much. It wasn't like that much, if I can remember correctly. But now the new season or the new show is like, now they have like a gay parents raising their children, and one of them is gay, and it's like, okay, like, cool, like, what did sure. Like, I don't know. It just seemed weird to insert like two dads raising children and having them come to school, and like, I don't know. It's like, kids just can't. Why can't just kids be kids? Like, and not worry about that stuff.
Well, if I recall, in the original show, at one point, the grandmother calls a white person a Trisket, and I mean, which clearly is a take on Cracker. So it's like, I always thought that was interesting, because like, at the time my friends were like, we're kind of like joking around because we'd all been called Cracker before, and but like saying like, oh, just call it Trisket, like it's funnier. And then we're watching Proud Family, and then at one point the grandma just goes like, what you talking about, Trisket? And I'm like, oh, so they slipped that in there like 20 years ago, and I'm like, I don't care, it doesn't bother me at all, no skin off my sack. But again, the show back then was, if the show back then would be considered woke by today's standards. And that, what I mean by that is not that the show was woke, but just that it would, given the fact that the hyperbolic nature of the media, especially on the right, anything with representation that's not handled with absolute kid gloves is generally seen as being, woke and stuff. All right. Hold on. H-Barts here says, what do you think of Rumble? My uncle keeps telling me and my dad to use it, and we're like, no. Rumble is like a right-wing, it's a right-wing YouTube. So there's that, oh my God, is that real?
What?
What you just sent me?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I read the comics to see if there were any bad gamer words dropped, and the comments do not suggest that there were. There's a verified checkmark comment there too. Interesting. But yeah, no, that's one of many. There's actually a couple of them on YouTube. But yeah, that one's for the first one I found, it's got 1.5 million views.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll have to check that out then at a later time. We've already kind of running a little bit longer tonight than I was wanting to, but then again, conversations usually do that. So why don't we dive into the Zack Snyder story of the night? Because it's not an episode of anything movie related without something involving Zack fucking Snyder. So today I woke up and I saw a lot of people talking about Zack Snyder getting a goat emoji, right? Goat emoji. Greatest of all time, they said. Zack Snyder. Best filmmaker ever, his fans cried to the heavens. Goat. But it says here, and this is a great little summary from Spencer Perry at Comic Book Resources, says earlier this week, Twitter began rolling out custom emojis on the hashtags for fan favorite celebrities and sports players, tacking a tiny goat emoji. But the thing is, it's an actual cartoon goat emoji. Keep that in mind. You know, among the initial people who seemingly had a goat emoji are professional footballers like Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, actress and model Erica, can't pronounce that, not going to try, singer-songwriter DeVito, and others. And now the latest, and like Disney, by the way, had it as well. Disney animation stuff, Pixar stuff. Now the latest to have a goat emoji, seemingly the only film director so far with the distinction is none other than Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Army of the Dead filmmaker Zack Snyder, though it appears it might be a trick by Twitter users exploiting the GOAT character in the hashtag, which is actually true. So I took a screenshot here because Zach talked about it, said thanks Twitter. And literally all it is there's a little goat emoji or a little character symbol that you can get. And someone had applied it to that. And a lot of people took it and ran with it as if it was real, as if this was Twitter giving him an actual emoji. And so obviously it's not true because I said, yes, thanks Twitter indeed. And I said Matt Jarbo with the goat emoji.
I did one
right?
too. Saggy Melons.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh my God. I got so yelled at today. You saw on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
People were coming at me again, right? Going like, you're just a racist. You're just a pedo. All this stupid bullshit they like to fucking say because they're all idiots. And a lot of these guys, by the way, I was looking at it, their entire, like some of these guys today that were coming after me. If you looked at their Twitter profile, do you know what it said? Do you know what they called themselves?
What?
Snyder sexuals.
Jesus Christ, it's getting out of here.
Snyder sexuals, you guys. They identify as people who are sexually attracted to Zack Snyder and just want Zaddy to pump them full of his life-giving aura. You know, they just want him to fill their mother boxes with his seed.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like this is the thing. They want this. And what's really interesting is that a lot of these people are from India, where like, if I recall, not being straight is not seen as a good thing. So it's kind of like, you know, don't out yourself there too much, guys. We don't want you to get in trouble.
I mean, I will say this, like, I guess props to the Snyder fandom for kind of taking advantage of the whole Twitter thing. It was interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, when I typed it in, Zack Snyder, like, so how Twitter works, for those of you who don't know how these emoji things work, is like when you type in a hashtag and it automatically comes up with that emoji attached to it by default, that means Twitter implemented it. Now, if you put in the hashtag, you'd have to add an emoji after the fact. But yeah, if it's from Twitter, like for instance, we see this in examples like for movies. So if you type in like The Mandalorian, or I think it was The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett, it has like its own special emoji attached to the hashtag.
Yeah, which they have to pay for.
Right.
Which they have to pay for. Right. And so this is just, it's a blue fucking symbol of a goat. That's it. It's just a character. That's all it is. It's not an emoji. It's just a character. But again, like the standard people, you know, like you can see Nicotina right there, obviously in support of it, you know, because it doesn't matter what it is. Remember, Zack Snyder literally walks on water for these people. You know, he literally does nothing wrong, can never do anything wrong. And he's the most celebrated and loved director of all time. No questions asked. Believe me, if you ask questions, you get timed out in live stream chats. That's how it works. That's how the grift keeps on grifting. Can't ask no questions.
I will say, though, I am not opposed to Zach getting a goat emoji next to his head.
I'm not against it either. I'm not against it either.
I think he's a great director.
Yeah, I personally feel that, like, the Snyder Cut should be up for the Oscars. I think their whole little, like, the director's cut doesn't apply bullshit because this was the original. But, you know, at the same time, I get it because of the way that the Academy operates. And the 2017 movie is what went to theaters. You know, so that's a whole thing.
I'm excited for Rebel Moon, though.
Yeah.
I really am excited for Rebel Moon.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be
I like Zach because a lot of directors these days aren't like, they're not directing like original movies anymore, original projects. Not a lot that I've noticed. But Zach, I think Rebel Moon is original work, right?
Yes.
Right. So like I like that Zach is doing something original. Where like I've been complaining for years that there's no original content being produced anymore, really, because it's all just taken from a book or it's a franchise. But I do think if Twitter was going to, I do think that at the end of the day, Zach does deserve a GOAT because he's actually making a fucking original work now. Like it's so great to see. I've been like thirsty for original content. Now, even if Rebel Moon isn't like the hottest thing ever, I'm still gonna enjoy it because it's not a story that's been told. It's not. I can't read a book about it. If it's his original work, I am super fucking excited.
Well, it is based on a
Don't ruin it for me.
It's based on a pitch that he had for Star Wars, and then they reworked the pitch, and they turned it into Rebel Moon. You know, like originally Army of the Dead, if I recall, was supposed to be based off of like the sequel to kind of Dawn of the Dead, and then like they reworked it. I could be wrong on that, but I know there's definitely some like genetic ties to it. Like there's elements of DNA from 2004's Dawn of the Dead and Army of the Dead. I'm really looking forward to Planet of the Dead whenever that comes out. It'll be fun to give that one a watch.
I like Army of Thieves better.
I haven't watched Army of Thieves yet.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, I want to see it, but I think at the time it came out, I was so disillusioned with Snyder fans. I just didn't want to give it I didn't want to watch it.
You should give Army of Thieves a watch. So here's the thing. I'm not letting all this bullshit ruin my enjoyment of Zach's films. Like at one point I had said it, but I was just being a bitch. But overall, like I am excited for Rebel Moon because, like I said, I want to see more original stories, like not stuff we've actually seen before, and Zach's doing it, so that's great. Because all these other directors, what are they doing? Oh, we're gonna do another Suicide Squad movie. We're gonna do another Batman. We're gonna do another Iron Man, and this and that. It's like I get it, like it's a franchise, and I love seeing them, but I'm like I want original work. I want original stories. I want something new. And if Rebel Moon's good, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty good, I'm gonna be an even bigger fan. And I'll be like, Zach, you sold me. You sold me. Like I love the Justice League movie, but Rebel Moon, oh yes, give it to me. Give it to me. It reminds me of Sailor Moon, to be honest with you. The story a little bit.
Sure. I mean, I have a feeling it's probably somewhat inspired by some anime. You know, I think we're going to see a bit more of that. Like,
Is Zach an anime fan?
I don't know. I don't know, you know.
I hope
I haven't listened to every interview that he's had because it literally was all kind of felt the same to me. If I ever talked to Zach, I probably would be like, I want to talk to you about things other than DC. I don't want to mention DC. I don't care about it. I know all this stuff, but I want to get to the heart of what makes you tick. You know, like what are your thoughts on Rin Tin Tin?
What do you think? By the way, Anthony, Sailor Moon has been done live action. Sailor Moon, they made a Japanese show. It's called Sailor Moon. Is it Sailor Moon Crystal? No, I think that's the remake. There is a Sailor Moon live action in Japanese, and it's literally loosely based off of the manga. And there are some differences in the story that's kind of weird, but I guess it works. But they already did one in Japan. It was actually pretty good, but yeah.
Okay, well that's something. I don't know.
I'm not a cultist in disguise, damn it. I listen, there's a difference between wanting to see films or TV shows from certain directors, and then there's people who just are a little too overzealous about it. Zealous? Is that the word?
Overzealous, yeah.
Thank you. Hey, I was close. I was there.
Sycophantic is another word. Crazy. I like crazy. And
right.
The thing is, if you disagree with Zack Snyder on anything, and people and your response is to call you a racist pedophile, they need to and they identify as a Snyder sexual, they need to touch grass, in my opinion. They need to absolutely touch grass. Get off the internet. This is not for you. You've lost your privileges.
Oh, they try to cancel me. You remember that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they try to cancel anyone who doesn't think like them. So let's trigger them some more. Let's trigger them some more. This is what I've been waiting for all day. Oh my God, all day I've been waiting for this.
Oh no.
Warner Brothers finally talking about the spending war. Warner Brothers Discovery won't try to win the content spending war. And this is the thing. Discovery CFO Gunnar Weidenfels says your money doesn't score goals. This is remember folks, if you've listened, sorry, I thought I had this up on screen. If you've listened to the Snyder Bros, the Snyder cultists, for the past, I don't know, like 6 months, a year, whatever. It's always just wait for the merger. Hashtag wait for the merger. This is going to happen. This is going to be a reality. This is coming. So much money is going to be spent. And then they're out there going like, nah, not so much, not so much. Let's find out more here. So according to the Wrap, it says, as soon to be, Warner Brothers Discovery will have plenty of money to spend on content. It's soon to be head honcho David Zaslav said on Thursday, but that doesn't mean they're going to just haphazardly make it rain, which is what I think a lot of people were kind of expecting, right? Like anything that might have a pulse, throw money at it. It says here that we're going to spend more on content, but you're not going to see us come in and go, all right, we're going to spend $5 billion more, Zaslav said. We're going to be measured, we're going to be smart, and we're going to be careful. So the reason why this is important is because people were anticipating, because at one point Zaslav did say that they wanted to put out like $30 million in content. They wanted it. That's what they wanted to invest. That was the money they wanted, with $30 billion in content, because that's keeping up with Netflix. That's keeping up with Disney Plus. That's keeping up with Amazon. They're putting out that much fucking money in content because they've got the pockets to do it. Warner Brothers Discovery does not have those pockets. AT&T is moving away from Warner Brothers in order to focus on their telecom company, but they still retain a 70% stake in Warner Brothers Discovery, and Zaslav is going to be overseeing it. But as I've said before, as I've said multiple times, and as I continue to say, Zaslav is a penny pincher. Now, it goes on to say here, so the content won't soar by $5 billion more, but they've already baked in what Discovery CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels called a very significant increase. That's on top of what he and Zaslav have been already doing and what AT&T/Warner Media have already been doing. So they're only going to do a couple billion more in the content. But this is also spread across what's going to be their most valuable properties, and also probably spending the money on trying to advance into other countries. So this is what Wiedenfels says. He says, we're currently spending at a peak level, or at least the highest level that we've seen in the history of this company. We spent more than $4 billion on content in 2021 at Discovery alone. And obviously also on the Warner Media side, they've been increasing the spend. So we are definitely spending enough from my perspective. The key question going to be is how much is going to be enough going forward? And then he says, it's not about winning the spending war. Money doesn't score goals. It doesn't, but it helps. You know what I mean? Like, it puts eyeballs on the content. And I mean, look at Netflix, right? They crank out one movie a week. You know, we were talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one that just came out. It's not the best movie ever. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
I don't do
but
horror movies.
It's fun. It's stupid fun, but it's fun. You know, and it's like, but again, it's like people are talking about it. You know, people are, even though it's bad, people are talking about it. People are checking it out. Things like that. That's the kind of stuff they're going to need to focus on, like lower budgeted content that is going to be considered viral. And that's what they want. You know, like if you look at, let's say Peacemaker, I don't remember the budget for Peacemaker, but it, you know, Weta did a lot of work on the visuals, which looked great. Like Eagly was all Weta. I'm sure the gorilla and the cow were also all Weta. It looked really good for television. And it's something that they're obviously realizing that they can invest into and then make a lot of money in the return. You know, now the Zaslav did say that they are going to be generating $8 billion more in free cash flow. So we'll have plenty of money to spend, but they're not spending all of that on everything. Right. Okay. So you said, so 50 million for the season for Peacemaker. It's not
That's
bad.
what I Googled. Yeah.
Okay.
I jujuled it.
Yeah. Very good. You know, and so the reason why I think this is kind of funny is because this is very different from this, which was from September of last year, when this is what, if you look at the Snyder fans, when David Zaslav had said that he's talking about a shock and awe campaign, this was picked up and run with by a lot of people. This was picked up and run with by a lot of YouTubers who are pro Zack Snyder, a lot of Twitter people that are pro Zack Snyder, thinking that this is confirmation that once the merger happens, they are going to end up, you know, really like diving into the DC content, when what they're going to do is they're going to probably end up looking at more things like, let's say, The Batman, which had an estimated budget of 100 million pre-pandemic, 185 post-pandemic, and is looking at this point of racking in anywhere between 135 to 150 to maybe 165 in its opening weekend alone domestically, not including worldwide. So it's like, so again, look at Joker. Joker had a budget of $65 million. That's the estimated budget. Went on to go do $1 billion. You can find a way to hone in these stories and to tell them from a cheaper perspective. As we've talked about in regards to Zack Snyder's content, this stuff isn't cheap. This stuff is not going to be inexpensive. With the visual effects that's needed, with the cast budget that's needed, this stuff is going to cost more money than Zaslav is going to want to spend. Because the $8 billion that they have, sure, that's plenty of money. That was Netflix in like 2015, I think. Back when Netflix was like, oh, we're putting out $8 billion a year in content. You think, holy shit. But now that content has got to go and expand outward. They've got to go animation. They've got to go action. They've got to go, like Harry Potter, or there are other movies like Dune. They want to do a TV show for Dune. They want to spread all this stuff around as all these things. Now, I know that they've lost like the Monsterverse over to Apple TV Plus, and they also lost the Blade Runner show. But the thing is, they didn't own Blade Runner. Alcyon, or Alicon, I think is the name of the company that has it. And Monsterverse, yeah, that was something that Legendary clearly, kind of said fuck you to them, and they went elsewhere. And that's what Zaslav is going to want to do, is want to focus on the big boys and bring back in people like Legendary, because the reason why he wants to bring in Legendary is because Legendary mostly finances these movies. They bring a lot of the money to the table. And that's what they're going to need in order to put more of these bigger budgeted films out in theaters. They're going to need a co-financier. And unless they're going to want to finance the money themselves entirely, or finance the projects themselves entirely, and run that risk on either theatrical, whereas on streaming, it's kind of all take home for them. You know what I mean?
Take home money.
Yeah. So it's like, you can make it work if they're going to spend the time to figure out the quality over quantity. But the way Zaslav operates is kind of the different. It's quantity over quality. If you look at like how Discovery operates, tell me the content you see on the Learning Channel is fucking quality. Like Food Network, there's a lot of stuff there. The IDTV, all that going over to HBO Max is going to open it up for people out there, because, one of the biggest shows on Netflix was The Great British Bake Off. That was really popular on Netflix. And then also all the true crime documentaries on Netflix. So, so that kind of like pseudo reality TV stuff does have an audience, obviously. But it's again in the situation where you're like, all right, well, yeah, fucking, it's going to take a little bit to get to. It's like they're gonna focus on things that are cheaper to make right now while they expand their brand into other markets, and then maybe, But I would say that looking at like the cost of Batgirl and everything else, and also how much money they're getting in incentives from Glasgow, thanks to Benson for sending me that article. So it's like I think they're gonna lower their budgets and just crank out more stuff.
I'm just waiting for it to be a done deal to see what happens, because the merger could be a good thing, or they could just totally take a hot, sweaty dump on everything that they now own. So it'll be interesting to see one way or another.
Yeah, well, RPK here says Discovery is a different audience than HBO. Then why are they fucking merging them together? Have you ever asked yourself that? Right? Have you ever asked yourself if it's so different? Why are they merging it together? Right? Why would you give over the keys to your television and theatrical and streaming kingdom to a guy who cranks out low budget informational murder porn? Have you ever thought about that? Has it ever occurred to you why they might hand over a debt-ridden company, merge it with something that's actually like doing well, and put a penny pincher at the top. So there's that. Rational, I'm not bringing that up because that's fake, dude. I'm not gonna run with it. I know.
I tried to. Rational, I tried for you. I tried. He wasn't budging. I tried.
No, I saw that earlier when he sent it to me. And you know, I saw it earlier and I said in the chat I wasn't gonna acknowledge that shit. Like,
I mean, you could have showed it and been like, it's fake.
No.
It's still funny. It was funny.
It's no, not really. Not on this, right? Because I have been battling these fucking people.
Yeah, that's true.
Forever over this shit. Like, I don't find that to be funny. That's just me.
All right, that's fair. That's
kind of the whole point.
It's not for everyone. It's personal. I understand. I thought I was confused at first. I was like, I kept asking him if it was real, and he just kept saying LOL. And I'm like,
if Rational sends you anything, always assume that it's fake.
I don't
always assume that it's fake.
I don't know.
You have to, yeah. He has done that to me so many times, and the way you can catch him is when he does it. He misspells a lot of stuff. That's his tell. So if I'll send you an article and you're reading it and you're all like, why is it like that? It's because he misspelled it. Because he doesn't proof check his own work. And I've called you out on that too, buddy. I've called you out on that too. So anyway.
He's always trolling.
He's trolling. He likes to troll. I love it though. He absolutely likes to troll here. Also, Ryan here, I missed this one, but it is here. He says, you two are GOATs, greatest of all time, referring to us. Thank you very much, Ryan. Really appreciate that.
Oh, Ryan, love you.
Yeah. So, that's all I got for today. That was,
Well, I want to address the elephant in the room.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been losing weight, so, I mean, that's kind of mean to say.
No,
but okay.
not You're stupid. No, the Punisher been throwing shade at me tonight. What's good, Punisher? What did I do? I wasn't even hating tonight. I was being a good girl. So you need to reel it back a little bit, just a little bit. I'm trying this new thing where I'm not a complete. See you next Tuesday right now, and you're gonna make me relapse. So please don't make me relapse. I'm trying a new approach on my YouTube life. I'm not gonna be emotional and yell. I'm gonna stop yelling as much, and I'm trying to woosah. So please don't come at me sideways, because then you're going to make me have a relapse, and then I'm just going to lose my shit. And I can't be doing that right now. I'm trying to turn a new leaf here. So whatever grievances you have with anything I said, I apologize. I've been trying to be fair tonight, and I like Zack Snyder's work, and I'm looking forward to Rebel Moon. Positivity, y'all. I'm trying this new positive approach. No more drama. So just tone it down. Woosah, relax, breathe, listen to my voice.
You're just like clear skies.
Yes, rainbows and sunshine, kittens and bubble tea, woosah. See, I'm not yelling tonight. Don't make me freaking relapse, okay? I'm doing really good. Doing good tonight.
You are going to be one of those parents that's all like, blaming the kid for your emotional aspects. Like, I was having a good fucking night, you little bastard.
Oh, that's me 100%. That's me 100%. Well, no, I have this like weird thing in my mouth. Like this is like I felt it's like this bump or something going on in my cheek area, in the back of my thing, and it's like it hurts. So I was trying to eat food, and it was killing me to chew on that side. And that's my dominant chew side. So I was having a pretty off day. It's pretty sad. I can't eat, which is probably a good thing, because then I can lose even more weight. I've been losing so much weight, but I need to lose some more. So maybe me not being able to physically eat is a good thing.
Yeah. No, that's probably for the best. I mean, I have the same problem. Like, I sat down to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like my girlfriend comes in and she hands me these like butterscotch toffee peanuts, and she's like, "You want some?" I'm like, "You fucking goddamn it!" I'm like, "Ooh, these are good," and then I can just feel my diabetes go no. So I only had a couple.
Yeah,
good.
No, guys, I don't know. I mean, I will eventually check it out, but it's just, I felt it. I was like, why does it hurt when I'm eating? What is that? I thought it was like a tooth. And then I like stuck my finger in my mouth, and I felt like this weird lump. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, what is going on? So that's a new thing. So yeah, I will eventually have it looked at. I mean, I'm hoping it goes away. Maybe I like bit my cheek in my sleep, or like bit that area and it got like, not infected, but like irritated. So I'm going to give it like a day or two. And if it's still there, or if it's getting worse, I'm obviously going to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Guys, word of advice. Like if you like, I've had my friends, which is weird. I was a medical technician for endoscopy, right? And I've had my friends like always call me and ask me medical questions. Like, number one, I'm not a freaking doctor. I'm not even a goddamn nurse. And they'd show me pictures like, should I go to a doctor? And I just ask them, be like, is it spreading? Yeah, then go to a fucking doctor. It's common sense. If you have something spreading or your symptoms get worse, yes, go to a doctor. Don't ask a medical technician. If anything's spreading or getting worse, then yes, go to a doctor. If anything's growing bigger every day, go to a doctor. So I give it a few days because sometimes it'll be nothing. Yeah, I don't think it's a tumor. I just think that it's irritation. And I think I'm going to give it a few days. If it doesn't go away, then I'll go get it checked. I'm not going to go there for them to, send me a huge medical bill for a big nothing burger. So I'd rather just wait to see if it's actually something before I go investigate it. I should have did that with my gallbladder. I almost died,
Yeah, well, we don't want that. We don't want you to die.
Some people do.
Some people, well, I mean, people want me to die too. That's just, how it goes.
Bring it.
Yeah, basically. Bring it on. You want me to die, you motherfucker. You gotta come at me hard.
Yeah, you gotta come do it yourself, you little bitches.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shits. But no, I think it's I've done that too, where I've bitten stuff in my sleep, and it tends to happen.
So before we go though, because I know you want to go, I have just two questions for you. One, have you checked out the new Cuphead show? And two, have you watched Raising Dion? Because I think you'd like that show.
I have watched the first couple episodes of Cuphead, and I liked it. It's I put it on for my kids. They my eldest daughter did not care for it too much. So there's that. And then no, but really, my eldest didn't care for it too much, and then because she said it scared her, right? But I'm like, well, you want me to turn it off? And she's all like, no. I'm like, okay. And we got a couple episodes in. I'm like, you want me to turn it off? She's like, yeah. Can you watch Barbie? Yeah, I'm like, all right. And then I haven't seen Raising Dion. I know about it though. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet.
Really?
Yeah. Why? There's a lot of shows I haven't watched yet.
It's a good show. It's a superhero show.
I don't watch every superhero show though. Like, it's not that I'm over superheroes. I'm kind of like at a weird place where I'm like, I'm just going to pick and choose.
Wait, Matt, what did you do?
What?
You took away my mod power.
I must have accidentally. Hold on.
Wow, I got demoted.
I was clearing out some stuff. I must have clicked that accidentally. Hold on, let me.
Wow, I got demoted, y'all, live.
I'll fix it.
I was about to do something, and then you were like, I was like, wait, why is it not giving me the option? I was like,
hold on. Okay. Hold
I
on.
just now noticed that. How dare you? I was all like, what just happened? Yeah,
right.
He did that, guys. Wow.
Yeah. No, I fixed it. I was clearing out like the hidden users and stuff.
Okay, thank you. Now I can do this. You're going on timeout. You're going in the corner, Punisher. Goodbye.
Well, what?
What? Listen, he made fun of my beautiful weight. Like, you don't diss the thickness. Who do you think you are? This is all natural thickness. This was years and years of bubble tea consumption that has made this glorious girth that you have the audacity to disrespect. Like, I can take you saying all the other shit you were saying, but you will not disrespect my girth on this channel, young man. You go and you reflect what you just did, and then you come back with a new goddamn attitude. Or else I'll put you in the corner again.
I don't know, like, I can't read what he said because you put him in. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah, that's mean. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. He made fun of my girth. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, like, if you, it's like you can sit there and say that Saggy puts literally every Tom, Dick, and Harry in her mouth, but don't call her chunky.
Yeah, you
Because
can
that's
say
going too far.
That's going too far. Listen, I
It's
worked
going,
hard for
it's
this.
going too
I
far.
worked hard for this fat. You will not take away the years of process and work.
Did you?
Okay?
But did you really work that hard for the fat though? I mean, did you really work that hard?
No, I have a very weird body type. I forgot what it's called. I looked up. It's a certain type of body type where it's hard for me to. It's not impossible, but it's really hard. It's a lot of healthy eating and a lot of
Oh.
exercise.
Yeah, I've heard that it's. I think its Latin term is lazy bitch.
No, I mean that's partially true, but I've actually lost a lot of weight because I don't have time to eat anymore. So like I've lost a lot of weight. I haven't weighed myself, but I'm gonna start posting pictures so y'all can shut up and stop calling me fat because I am not as fat as I used to be. I actually lost. As a matter of fact, the shirt I'm wearing right now, y'all can't see it, but it's like hanging off me because I've lost so much weight. So I noticed that today was at work. I'm like, why is this so freaking long and like the straps on the shoulders aren't tight on me anymore? It's because I'm freaking losing so much weight. I actually lost my butt too a little bit. I'm really mad about that. I gotta start doing squats or something because my bum's. Yes, thank you, Terrence. Terrence, you beautiful bastard. You are a beautiful human being. You do know exactly the term. It's called an endomorph. Endomorphic. That's the body. Yeah. Oh my God, you're so smart. God, I love you, Terrence. You just got me so excited.
Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna go and play Elden Ring.
Oh, that's out?
Because yeah, I downloaded it tonight.
Oh.
Took some of my earnings and decided to treat myself to a game that will probably cause me a lot of stress and anger. Because that's how you know you're a gamer. That's how you know you're a gamer.
That's me on Fortnite. When are you playing Fortnite with us?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you should play Fortnite with us so I can make some videos.
Yeah.
Come on, I need to make. No, do it. Don't be bummed. You said
I have it downloaded. I have it downloaded. It's downloaded. I just haven't.
So play with us so we can friggin' like own a new lobby and get all the wins so we can feel like gods.
Because I am a terrible Fortnite player for one, and two, I don't know when I'd be able to do it. That's kind of the problem. Because I work. If I'm not out, like tonight, I didn't do delivery driving, but I watched a movie and then I did this, and then tomorrow night it's Friday, so I got to go out, and
okay, wait. Tomorrow night we have to have a play.
No, I can't. No, because I'm gonna go do my deliveries and then I'm probably gonna come home and stream.
Okay,
so I have obligations. It's hard for me to
stream you playing Fortnite.
I just spent $60 on Elden Ring.
Oh my God.
And I wanna go and like play as a tarnished going through the lands and like fighting creatures that look like they came from my nightmares.
You can't play Fortnite for like 2 seconds with your friends. So
why is that? For one, it's not going to be 2 seconds. I might die in 2 seconds, but then I have to wait for you guys all to win.
No.
And that's going to take 30 minutes.
No, because we're going to get matched in new lobbies because you're a new player. So when we get with you, we're going to get in your lobbies and we're just going to completely protect the shit out you until you get used to it. And then you're going to be like, wow, this was funner than I thought. I should play this more with my friends. And then you'll be part of my videos that I make of us having fun and actually, enjoying life and not dealing with drama. Or you can stream Elden Rings. That's also a thing.
Well, I don't really stream video games because I do this. So.
Well, you should. Why not do both? I mean, you can literally do. You have Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should just, if you're gonna play video games, you could just Twitch stream while you're playing, and then there you go. Are you affiliated?
Yeah. I mean, like some of the accounts. Okay, so the thing with that is though, is it's like I like to. Okay, so one of the reasons why like I'm not on camera is I like to focus on like talking. And not having like minimal problems, like minimal distractions. It allows me to focus. But I don't like streaming video games that much. I mean, casually I could, but it's also like my Xbox is in the other room. I'd have to move it in here, because I'm in my office. I have to put it back in here and get it all set up. And I just don't want to fucking do that.
You can stream right from the Xbox.
But I have to move the Xbox in here.
Why?
Because I can't talk when I'm playing I have headphones on when I'm playing the game. I can't talk to people while I'm in the other room playing the game. I'll wake people up.
So then don't talk. Just have people watch you just play the damn game. People
There's
would
no
literally
fun
watch-
in that. If I'm not making offensive humor, then it's kind of like, the audience doesn't care. Although tonight the most super chats I got was talking about the Ukraine crisis. So that's interesting.
Okay, whatever.
It's not that, I could play with you guys. We'll figure out a time when I can do it. Okay.
I was mostly talking about you streaming, not the Fortnite stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's also when I get to a point of where I have enough coming in financially every month where I don't have to do the driving, that's going to free up more time.
Well, hurry up and get YouTube famous.
I'm trying to again. It's taking some fucking time.
So we'll go make it OnlyFans.
I should probably do that. And I don't know. I actually thought about creating an OnlyFans, but completely anonymously, and then just have it be like, you wouldn't know that it was me. You wouldn't know that it was me.
I know it was you.
You wouldn't know that it was me because you'd never see my face.
Would you talk?
No, I'd grunt.
I know your grunts.
You don't know my grunts.
Oh wait.
You don't know my grunts.
I will know your grunts.
I'm a loud comer. Okay, that's what I say about that one, right? But it's like, no, you don't know my grunts.
I feel like I'd know your grunts. I'd hear the tone. I'd be like, "Is that Jarbo? Is that Jarbo getting off? That sounds like Jarbo's voice."
Maybe. I'll hook up my very good microphone to it, and I'll just be all like,
"Oh my god, you can't even do that with the stream." Okay, that was a good time to end the stream. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to keep him going, but I've lost it now. So we can go to bed now. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great night. Appreciate you.
All right, everybody. If you haven't already, if you've enjoyed any bit of the stream tonight, please feel free to leave a like. We are at 34. I'd love 65. You guys still here? Love to get you guys up to 50 likes. Would be fantastic. If you do want to help support the channel, probably one of the best ways to do that would be through patreon.com/MattJarbo, or just, subscribe. Subscribe's a new one if you haven't done that already. I'll try to be on tomorrow night. It is Friday. It might be a little bit later. If not, there might be a late night Bolt or Talk Radio, so I'd keep the eye out for that one. In the meantime, guys, have yourself a great night, and peace out.